So, with King of the Hill 2022 right around the corner, I figured now would be the perfect time to start building a U4RC. A long time ago, actually one of my first real hobby grade RCs was an Axial Yeti. One day I'll make a video exclusively about that pile of junk, but I'm telling you right now, if my friend hadn't let me borrow his Traxxas Slash, I would have probably never bought another RC. It was such a bad experience with that piece of shit. Anyway, video's not about that. The video's going to be about the Element Gatekeeper. So I went ahead and picked up one of the kits. It was my first kit from Element. I have owned their Enduro Trail Runner, and I think that's about it, besides a whole bunch of miscellaneous parts. They make a really good 3-speed transmission, so I figured, why not? Especially for the price they're going for right now. It's an absolute steal. So I picked one of those up. I started out with an 1800 kilovolt 2-in-1 from Hobbywing. It's a great system. I've ran in a couple of other rigs. You got to gear kind of high because it is only an 1800 kilovolt, but even in this one at the max, you can fit up to a 22 tooth pinion. It still just didn't have the wheel speed I was looking for. So I went ahead and talked to a lot of you guys, hit everybody up on IG, wanted to see what they were thinking, and the consensus was try to 2850 because I was leaning either that or try the full like 1410 Castle. Was it the 1410 or maybe even a 1412 would fit? I'd have to look. I know 1410 would for sure. So anyway, picked up one of those. The Castle Copperhead ran in the Slate 2850. Running that right now, and it's doing great. I'm still able to run 22 tooth pinion. Once again, this is 48 pitch gearing, not 32, so a pinion that big isn't as big as you'd think. So with that motor in there, it is handling absolutely awesome. It's got great wheel speed. Sometimes I wish I had a little bit more, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. I still might end up just picking up another like a 3800 and then gearing it down to a more like respectable, maybe like, I don't know, 16 or 18th tooth pinion, and then using that 2850 in a different build. I'm not really sure quite yet. The Slate motor is a really good crawler motor. It's just not necessarily something that's got a ton of power for what the kilovolt rating says. Other than that, I just did a bunch of like the recommended what was his name, Schultz from Element. He kind of did about like a couple of quick recommendations and tips and tricks for the suspension. So went ahead and did that. I picked up some green springs to throw in the front, so it's a 0.71 rate spring, and then to move the white ones, the 0.9 ones, into the rear. And honestly, that's about it. Oh, wheels and tires. Right now it's just running those like really basic plastic axial bead locks, the ones that come on like the SAX 10.3, and then the same stock SAX 10.3 Nido Trail Grappler tires. I'm a really big fan of those tires. They perform well, they look awesome, and other than that, just custom paint headhunters. So if you hit them up on Etsy, they make awesome head sculpts. So I put one of his in there, and then one, he also sells like a whole collection of different size like skulls, so I put that as a co-pilot, just a skull sitting in there. And that's about it. Other than that, this build went together really, really well. I'm really impressed by Element. Their instructions are good. There was a couple of weird things. The 5,000 different screw lengths does get a little annoying. Literally, you have everything from like, they're all mostly M3s, thank goodness. There's a couple of M2s in there, but lengths. So it'll be like 4 millimeters, 6 millimeters, 8 millimeters, 12, 16, 18, 20, 26. But it's just constantly switching around, especially on the cage. So you really have to pay attention to that. Other than that, there's no real issue with that one together. Everything was fine. I only made one goofy mistake, and it was when I went to go put it actually onto the frame, the cage, the little adapter in the back, I put the wrong way. I put it upside down for some reason. I just wasn't paying attention to the indicator. So other than that, yeah, it went together really, really well. Everything's performing awesome. It does have plastic gears in the transmission. I know a lot of people worry about that, but honestly, I've never had them shear teeth. They have held up extremely well in my trail runner, which I did like a 12-turn Traxxas 550 motor in and max pinion size on that thing, and just let my daughter thrash it, and no issues with those. So the plastic that they use holds up really, really good. If not, they do make machine parts if you ever do want to swap those out. I don't have any plan for that. Honestly, this one is just something that I want, something easy, basic, a little bit of wheel speed, something fun for the daughter and the family. So when we go on these like vacations this summer and we're out like camping and hiking, it's something easy I can just throw in the back of the truck and just take with us, and it'll work for just about whatever we're doing. I can crawl with it, or I can bash around in a campsite with my daughter, anything, and it'll just be fun. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think of it. I'll go back to the actual running video of it now. And then let me know if there's anything else you guys would like to see. I'm thinking about coming up with like an update video. I have done a lot of little projects over the past like month and a half or 2 months, and it'd be kind of cool to catch you guys up on that. If not, let me know anything you guys have questions on or would like to see in the future. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.